stand up so I can get a little energy going for you guys. Get some excitement here. Okay, so today let's talk about the for sale by owners. And what I want to do is just inside this presentation give you a little insight about, what really is a for sale by owner, why did they exist, and, as a virtual assistant power prospector, what is the results that we're looking for, and what's the mindset that we need to have going into these calls to make this effective. And, what can I do to provide great opportunities for my boss so that, that this becomes a viable lead source for you. So we got a lot to cover. We're going to touch the beginning of this, then we'll dive into some of the skills and some of the resources and some of the numbers as we progress. But today we'll just start here. So let's go. Point number one is just, the for sale by owners is a very unique opportunity for listing appointments. And, we'll kind of unravel what unique means because, for sale by owners, they're definitely different. So let's just talk about what is a for sale by owner. A for sale by owner is someone that chooses to sell something by owner, okay, versus hiring a real estate agent to do it professionally for a fee. And, this whole concept of by owner is a big concept that lives across the world in every culture, every country in the world. Do you sell an asset by yourself or do you hire someone to sell it? And this is an important distinction, and it's a big deal. So my question to you is, what was the last thing that you sold? Did you sell something on eBay? Did you sell something, I don't know if you guys have Craigslist in the Philippines or some version of some website where you can sell some of your stuff. We do in the United States, we do what's called a garage sale. So we sell stuff out in front of our house. All of our stuff, we just kind of do a garage sale. People come by. Usually we just barter with them. Do you sell stuff like you go to a market in the Philippines and you take some of your stuff and you hope that you can sell some of your items there for a fee? So what is your experience of being a by owner, a sale by owner, right? And did you hire someone or did you just do it yourself? And why did you just do it yourself? And think about the experience of doing it yourself and kind of what goes into doing it yourself. Think about the resources that you have to do it yourself. Think about the expectation of, if I sell stuff, let's say on eBay, am I going to get top dollar or am I going to get a discount, kind of discounted? If I sell stuff online, that's used, that's mine, am I going to get, do I expect to make a lot of money or do I just want to get rid of stuff and get some cash? What's the negotiation and barter process all about? If you're selling a car, a lot of people sell a car by owner, pretty common, right? But there's a lot of services in the United States that will sell your car for you. So if you give them to sell your car, you take less money. But if you go try and sell it yourself, you have to go through the headache of doing it and receive a lot of calls, and a lot of people make low offers. So there's this whole world of by owner versus hiring a professional. And as you really dive into for sale by owners, you need to be very aware of the world of by owner versus professional and just start to understand this whole process. So why is this so important for us to know and understand and then to also spend some time on? Well, the truth is, for sale by owners can be a good source of listing appointments, right? What I found, and this is kind of my general opinion, is about 15% of the total for sale by owners are a good opportunity for us to set a listing appointment and to convert. 15%. but we must first identify the different types of for sale by owners first to know which ones are good to go after. And that's where we need to spend our time, is so that you guys are really educated on who are the good ones, who are the ones that we just don't need to waste time on, right? Because some of them can be very tough, and we can get discouraged really fast if you try and go after the one that we're not supposed to. Your boss can get really turned off quickly if you're sending them for sale by owners that are really not who they want to be going after, not who they want to follow up on. So what's exciting for you as a virtual assistant power prospector is converting FSBOs. You don't have to convert them. It's just you got to identify the right one so that you can pass them on to your boss. That's really all that it is. So we'll talk about that. Let's take a look at the reasons why, and then I'll share with you kind of which ones I like, which ones I don't like. So why do people choose for sale by owner? Well, I've kind of identified that there's 8 reasons why someone decides to try it. Okay? Number 1 is, of course, an attempt to save the commission. Naturally, an attempt to save the commission. Meaning, the 2 to 6%, because just so you guys know, sometimes they offer a buyer's agent a commission. So they say, I will work with a buyer's agent and I will pay the buyer's agent commission. But I'm going to not hire a listing agent because I don't want to pay the 2 to 3% that I would pay a listing agent and pay the 2 to 3% that I would pay a buyer's agent. Really important distinction, because the seller, if you guys weren't aware, the seller of a home pays all of the commission. I'm not sure why this tradition is in the United States, but it is what it is. The seller, the homeowner, pays all of the commission to the buyer's agent and to the agent that's representing him to list the property. It's kind of stupid, but it is the way that it is. So makes sense. If I thought, well, gosh, why don't I just try and sell it myself because I save so much in commission. So you can see that attempt to save the commission. It's very natural, not uncommon. Here's the second reason why, is we see a lot of testing the market before they're ready to actually list and sell, just testing the market. I talked to one of these for sale by owners the other day. I sent him a message on the Zillow, and he said, and basically I was just, hey, are you guys serious? And he basically said, we're not ready to sell until maybe June or July, and we don't know exactly where we're going. So you can see he's just testing the market. Okay, that's another reason. Another one is, we all might be thinking this first, but it's just they have a bad experience with a real estate agent. And, bad experience could be all kinds of things. Maybe it was just an incompetent agent. Maybe they listed the property, it sold super fast, the agent didn't do anything and collected this big commission check. And they're kind of going, well, that happened so fast, so why don't we just try it on our own? Right? And then the agent never talked to us again. They made all this money from us, sold it immediately, didn't do anything, and then left. Right? That's kind of a common experience that they might be feeling internally. Okay? So bad experience, right? Sometimes you guys will hear people that they were on the market, listed with an agent, and then now they're going for sale by owner. They were listed with an agent, now for sale by owner. That's something that we got to pay attention to. Okay? I see this a lot. Look, we're just going to try it out for 30 days. Right? We're just going to give it a shot for 30 days to see what we can do before we talk to a real estate agent about listing. Okay, that's a very common thing that I experience. Another is they owe very close to what it'll sell for. What do I mean by that is the cost of the house, right? The cost of the house is like, or how much they owe on the house is like $500,000, meaning they have a $500,000 mortgage, right? They owe $500,000, and the house is probably valued at like $530,000. So really, the agent or the homeowner doesn't have a lot of money to pay an agent 6, 5, and 6% to sell this home, because then they'll probably walk away with no money or paying money. So you can see that if I owed $500,000 and my home was worth $530,000, shoot, I might just sell it myself because I can't afford to pay an agent, right? So you can see how that works. A cultural thing, right? Cultural thing. We always do stuff, you know, look, there's a lot of people, they do stuff on their own. This is how it is. My family always did it this way. You know, we cut our own hair, we clean our own garage, we do our own everything. Okay, there's people that have that cultural do it on their own, and it's very common in kind of the Midwest of the United States, kind of in the middle of the United States. Not as common along the coastal regions. So up and down California, up and down the East Coast. Not as common, but for some reason in the middle of the country, it's very common. Okay? Another thing is old people that are retired. Okay, we see this a lot. You know, kind of, hey, I got all the time in the world, right? I got nothing else to do. I'm retired. So why would I hire an agent? You know, I got a job now. I got something to do. Okay, it's pretty common. Okay, number 8 is they are a real estate investor. Okay, they are real estate investors. And this is something that you got to start to understand, because there's kind of real estate investors, you know, they buy and they sell real estate themselves. So they kind of act as a real estate agent to make profits. But there's 2 types that we want, one that we don't want, one that we do want. So we'll have to really start to understand the different types of investors. So you can see this is why people go FSBO, and I'm sure we can come up with more reasons, but this is the core that you need to understand to be effective with for sale by owners. So let's take a look at the next thing. How many people successfully do it for sale by owner? So the National Association of Realtors every year publishes the statistics, right? They actually look at, okay, how many people in the United States sold a home. Of everybody who sold a home, how many of them did it represented by a real estate agent? How many of them did it without a real estate agent? And the stats are insane. So it's like across the United States on average, so I've looked at the stats every year, so I'm just going to give you a general stat, but on average it's about like 9% of all of the homes sold in the United States are done for sale by owner. All of them. And then the stat always is about the same, and 50% of the 9%, they already knew the buyer in advance. So no marketing was required. So they already knew. So it's like if you were selling, if you're like talking to me and you're like, well, I'm thinking about selling my house. I'm like, well, I love your house. I'd love to buy it. And you're like, great, well, let's talk about that. Okay, cool. How much do you want? Let's figure that out. Then you and I actually I buy your house without an agent. Totally cool. Right? So that's like 50% of the 9. So really what we're saying is, technically, about 4 to 5% of all the sales in the United States, only a small 4 to 5% are actually marketed and sold to a stranger, someone they don't know. That's a big distinction. Okay, so that means, you know, people that kind of think that this just doing it on their own is easy, it's not the case. That it's common, it's absolutely uncommon. Very, very rare that someone just markets their home to the public, finds a stranger, and then sells it to them. Very, very rare. Okay, so who are our ideal FSBOs to find? Who do we want to be looking for? What categories are like hot for us so that we could start paying attention to that? Let's take a look at this list. So the ones that are easier for us to convert, meaning your boss, right, me as a real estate agent, the easy ones are the people that had a bad experience with a real estate agent. Those are easy to convert. And the reason being is because every one of you worked for a great real estate agent. Every one of you worked for a top pro in their community. So, you know, there's a lot of really bad real estate agents out there. They screw up a lot of stuff. Right? There's 1 million real estate agents in the United States, 1 million. And only about like 200,000 are actually really good real estate agent, like 20%. So we can always guarantee that we're going to find some people who are like, I had a real bad experience with a real estate agent. Those are very easy to convert because we are great real estate agents and you guys work for fantastic real estate agents. So those are a good lead source for us, okay? The other lead source that's really easy to convert is they're just trying it out for 30 days. I love that person. That's a great person. Hey, no problem. Congratulations. Good for you, right? You know what? We just want to check to see if you are serious. Sounds like you are. Love to just book a phone appointment. What can we do to help you? You know, maybe we can find a buyer for you guys in the next 30 days, and then when the time is right, if you don't sell, we would love to have the opportunity to interview and help you sell this home, right? They're just trying it out for 30 days. That's great, okay? Testing the market before we sell. Love this one. That's what I got the other day. This guy, hey, we're just testing out. We're not sure where we need to go. Great. This is cool. Now I have like 3 months to earn his business, to build rapport, to send him stuff of value, to check in on him, to, you know, try and establish a relationship, and then earn the right to do the listing presentation for him. I love that group. So those are the easy ones to convert. Now, who's the tougher but doable? Meaning they're tough, but we can still get it done. People that are trying to save the commission, they're tougher, right? Those are tough ones, but they're totally doable. Okay, so that's just so you know that they're going to be tough with you up front. Someone who owns multiple home real estate investors. So there's a particular type of investor, and that is someone, and it's kind of like these old guys. I want you guys to know this is how you want to flag it. I find it's typically some older gentlemen, right? They've been very successful in their life. They bought multiple real estate properties, and they've rented them out and paid them off over 30, 40 years. So they might own, you know, 2, 5, 10 homes, and they were collecting rent, and the rent was paying a lot of money. Now they're way older, and so they're just kind of, they're selling some off for cash, or they're selling it off to do something different. So I find that there's these investors who own multiple homes. Those are a really good opportunity for us. They're not easy, but they're definitely a good opportunity. We want them. So I want them on my market snapshot, right? I want to have a phone appointment with them. I want to meet them. These are smart old guys, right? These are really very successful people. So I want to just meet them. So this is a good opportunity. I might not convert them, but who knows? One of my clients just he's basically splitting the commission with one. So instead of collecting all the commission, he's negotiated a commission with one of those types of guys because the guy owns like 80 properties and he's selling one of them and he's letting him sell it for him, right? So he's giving a lot of money back in the negotiation, which is totally fine. But what we want to do is we want to earn his business, his trust. We want him to be a great client forever because at some point he's going to do something with those 80 properties. Okay? Tougher but doable. In my East Coasters, if we get a lot of lawyers and attorneys who decide to do it for sale by owner. These guys, they're good. They're shrewd negotiators. And they're really good with contracts, so they're like, why do I need a real estate agent? I'm a great negotiator, and I'm really good with contracts, so I don't need a real estate agent. Okay? They're convertible, but they're just tougher. So something to kind of be aware of. All right, who is the pain in the butt? Meaning, don't even really bother. Okay, there's a whole group, like, we don't even bother. Remember, I said 15%. So we've kind of got three groups here, the easy convertible, the kind of tough but possible, and then now it's just like, don't even bother with this group, right? The people that owe like really close to what their home will sell for, I mean, it's not really a good option for us. Now, if your boss might do what's called short sales, so if your boss is interested in short sales, right? Talk to your boss. Are you interested in short sales? If they're interested in a short sale, then this is a good opportunity. If they don't want anything to do with a short sale, then this is just off. This is off the list. I don't even want to deal with it. Okay, so it's kind of got to talk to your boss. Are they interested in a short sale or not? Okay. Real estate investors that flip homes. You'll hear this terminology a lot. They flip properties. Those people pretty much don't even want to deal with them. Okay, so they basically buy really beat up properties, clean them up, fix them, and then resell them really quickly, and they want a profit. So these guys, they kind of want to do it on their own because they don't want to give up that 3 to 6% because they're working on margins of when they bought it for $200, they put $30,000-$40,000 into the house to clean it up, fix it up, make it nice. Now they want to sell it for $375,000. So they want to make that $30,000. So a lot of these guys don't even bother. They're a pain in the butt. They don't want to work with a real estate agent. So we just don't even want to deal with them. Retired engineers. Okay, this was, my stepfather actually was a retired engineer, and listen, he sold him and my mom's house on their own, and it took him 2 years to do it and didn't care, right? He's a retired engineer, meaning he was going to figure it out no matter what. That's these types. Regardless if it took 2 years for him to do it, they lost money in that whole process, but he doesn't care because he's got to figure it out because he's an engineer who's retired, so he has all the time in the world. Listen, next, I don't even want to deal with that person. Retired old people, same thing. It's like they're just tough. They got nothing else to do. So, just be warned that this group is just a pain in the butt, right? So just, if you don't convert, don't worry. Like, we're not really interested. The cultural, my family has always sold their own homes. If you hear that, well, listen, we always sell our homes like that. There's no point. We got a lot of other lead sources to go after, a lot of other people that are interested. There's no point in really putting a lot of effort into that person. It's just not a good lead for us. So you could see, again, I said 15% of all the FSBOs are a good opportunity. Okay, so, that's 30% of them right there. Okay, so what's our job? Now that I've kind of shared all of this with you, what do you want to do with this information? And this information is just so valuable because it's just all we do with For Sale by Owners as a virtual assistant power prospector is call them and just identify, are they serious about selling their house? That's kind of one of the things, because a lot of For Sale by Owners accidentally put their home up on a website. A lot of For Sale by Owners, they test it out. They just put their home up for sale, maybe in a newspaper. They just kind of do a lot of testing, and a lot of them accidentally did it. They're really not selling. So there's a lot that are just not really for sale. So we want to identify, are they serious about selling their home? Okay? Are they planning on staying in the area or moving out? Okay, this is a critical, because we can help them, right, buy the next house. If they're not represented right now, no agent. They got no agent. They're planning on buying another house in the community. I want to know that. So we just want to know, are they planning on staying, in the area? Are they just trying it out, or are they a hardcore FSBO? I need to know that. So, I need to know the why. So if you're going to report to me a FSBO, I want to know. I want you to tell me the distinction. What type of FSBO is this? Are they the hardcore that we shouldn't bother, or are they just in the try it out phase, just to see if they can get it done? They try it out for 30 days, that we're not ready. Because if you tell me which one they are, that's going to be exciting for me. Okay, let's go to the next one. Are they actually motivated to sell? So some of the motivational questions are really important. The time frame question, what's the ideal time frame, which is such a great question for a FSBO. If we could sell your home in the next 30 days, would that pose a problem to you? Right? Are they are they saleable now, or can they not sell right now? Do they have a plan? Are they looking at properties now? Are they active out there searching for that next property? Did they already buy the next home? Or so they already bought it and they're trying to sell this one? So we need to know a little bit about their motivation, right? Really, really important. And then just finally is just identifying, should we put energy and effort into following up with them? So should we put energy and effort? And I want you guys to understand that the average for sale by owner, one of the best for sale by owner real estate agents in the country, it takes him on average 6 times, talking to the for sale by owner 6 times, 6 different times before he lists the property. So 6 different communications before he lists the property. That means that it takes some time. It takes some relationship building with these FSBOs. It's not one call, convert. One call, go get a listing. It's a call, qualify, find out what's going on. It's a follow-up. How's it going? Anything we can do? Follow up. Hey, are you ready to interview? Nope. Follow up. Hey, how can we help you? It's like 4, 5, 6 follow-ups before we're converting. Okay? So we got to know, is this for sale by owner worth spending the time to follow up? Okay? I got like 2 or 3 FSBOs totally worth following up right now, but it took me ripping through a lot to just find the 2 to 3. So if you can help me, with that, that's powerful, super valuable. So our mindset going into these calls, number 1, we are not to go into the call, not go into the call with, how can I get this listing appointment? Do not do that. Do not lie to them to get an appointment. Well, we probably have some buyers, so why don't we set an appointment? Do not lie to them to get the appointment, because it's just ineffective, right? What we should do, the mindset we should go in, is just qualifying to see if they're serious. That's the mindset. I just want to know, are you guys serious? I want to know what you guys are up to. I want to know if I should keep you on our list of homes to sell. I want to know if we had a serious buyer, if we should call you. You know, I want to know if we could sell your home quickly or is it going to take a while. I want to know if I should be introducing you to my top agent boss, who's a great real estate agent in the local area. We just want to know. I want to know if they're a potential seller for interested buyer, right? Every one of your bosses gets a lot of buyers, whether on internet, sign calls. So we have buyers nonstop. So should we call the FSBOs to see if they're serious? Because we do have buyers. Now, did I say I have a buyer for your house? No. Right? Number one, do not lie to get the appointment. I don't have a buyer for your house. But as a great agent, I create a lot of buyers. We get a lot of buyers online. I get a lot of buyers from our other listings. I get a lot of buyers from my open house. We attract a lot of buyers. So I do need to know if you would work with an agent if I had an interested buyer. I do need to know if you are a serious seller because we have buyers. Right? It's important for us to know if we should keep you on our list. Okay? And last thing is, yes, do we want to spend more time to follow up with them to see if we can help them sell the home? Did I say list the home? No. Just sell the home. Right? We're just checking to see if we can help you sell the home. Right, that's it. Did I say list the home? No. Did I say I got a buyer for your house? No. We're just here to see if we can help you sell the home. I work for a great agent in the community who sells a lot of homes, works with a lot of buyers, works with a lot of sellers in the local community. So we just need to know if we can help you sell the home. You notice very clear there. Okay, critical mindset. Critical mindset. When you go in with this mindset of how can we help this FSBO sell their home, it really makes it a lot easier. So what will be valuable for your boss? Really simply scrubbing the leads, finding the serious, motivated, responsive owners that are going to sell their home in the near future. Setting up a phone appointment or just simply flagging the lead for your boss to follow up on. Okay? And another great thing is getting their email and adding them to the market snapshot type of, would you like us to keep you up to date on values in the neighborhood and what's going on with the market? If your home is for sale, and you don't have an agent, do you want that information of what's going on with homes for sale in the local market? Absolutely, yes. So one of the FSBOs, I set him up on that service. That's going to be great. And then I have another one that I need to follow up and set up on the service as well. So I can, providing value and providing good information to them, building trust, building some rapport with the FSBO. That's a great result. So let's keep it simple, really, with the for sale by owners.